Hey everyone, what's up? It's Scott the Frozen Gamer, and today I'm talking about SpaceCorp, the digital version. Yes, I've already done 2 videos in the past, how to play and review on SpaceCorp, but this is all about the digital version. So, Logix Interactive, who is developing the app, reached out to me. They saw my how to play video and my review video on it and asked me to do an honest opinion about the app. And so that's what I'm doing, full disclosure. They didn't pay me anything. I never take money for any of my videos, how to plays or anything. So, but they did give me early access to the test pilot of the iOS app, which I needed to give my opinions on it. So let me talk about the game and tell you what I think. So first of all, if you don't know SpaceCorp, it's by GMT Games. John Butterfield designed it, and it's a 3X game. So like a 4X game like Twilight Imperium, but except it doesn't have the exterminating part where you fight other people. Basically, you are expanding, so moving out, exploring the planets or whatever you land on, and then exploiting them to like get resources from them. And that is what SpaceCorp is. And how SpaceCorp works is that you start out in one era, and then you move to a second era if you play the full version of it, where you add on a few more rules and the map expands, and then you move to this third, very expansive map with a few more rules added on. So you kind of keep learning these rules, kind of like Jaws of the Lion, Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion style, over the 3 eras. So let's go and talk about the actual app. When I play apps, I play them on my iPhone. I have a couple on Steam, but I mostly play on my iPhone, not on a tablet. So I have very specific things I like in an app, and let me just be upfront about this. Logix Interactive and nailed it with SpaceCorp. I'm being dead serious. This is my honest opinion on it. So let's go through kind of the criteria I look for on an app. The first one is a tutorial. I need a tutorial that can teach me how to play the game and get into the game right away. Like, I want to learn how to play the game from the tutorial. And it doesn't need to have every rule, as long as I can learn those, like not every detail of the rules, as long as I can learn those within playing the game. But I need to be able to play the game without going back to a rule book often. If I do need to reference a rule book, it better have an option in the app, which is one, it didn't at the time when I played it last, but I think it may now, and it will in the future. There was a button for it, it just hadn't been uploaded yet. So this tutorial, this is kind of like a hit and miss with this one, but the miss is not their fault. The miss is by how the game works. So the hit is that you can go through this tutorial and you'll learn how to play. It will go through all the basics of the game. You'll know how to play the game. The problem with the tutorial is due to the aspect of the game in that it keeps growing. And there's certain aspects like radiation that comes in the second era and is in the third era as well, and then colonies in the third era, where I felt from when I played the tutorial, and this could have changed by now as things are getting updated all the time. I keep getting little notifications, but I didn't feel like I had enough time to really play with them in the tutorial, those aspects of the game, to really understand them, and had to go back to the rules to figure out exactly how they worked, even just because I hadn't played it for a while and I had to relearn it myself. And they do go over them in the tutorial, but I just felt like you couldn't get in there enough and to like really let it sink in. But that's part of the issue of the game, or not the issue with the game, but that's part of the game causing that, because the game is so expansive. It's such a long, big game that if you really did get into all the details of the game, it would be like a 45-minute app, and nobody wants a 45-minute tutorial, and nobody wants a 45-minute long tutorial. You want it to be enough to get you in the game, moving fast, and get going so you can actually start playing the real game. And it does a good job on that as a whole. The next thing that I want in a game is the presentation. I need pop-ups that are legible. I need certain aspects with moving around because I play on my iPhone. I need, and then there's certain things I like in the visuals and sounds of the games. So let's go with the first thing, pop-ups. The main things where you're gonna need pop-ups in this game is on the bases. When you build a base in this game, in the first era, there's like 10 bases or something. I forgot how many in the game. And when when you hit them, they all do something different. And the first era, they might do something. And the second era, they might change slightly. And in the third era, the same type of bases may change even more. So not only do you need to know all of what every single type of base does, they may change as you progress through the eras. And all you have to do on this one is tap the button, the little circle of bases are circles in the game. All you have to do is tap it and a nice little pop-up comes up and is legible on an iPhone. I could read it with my horrible eyesight. I could read it very easily and it worked great. And another thing they do is they X out the bases that you aren't eligible to build right now, but you can still click them and see why you aren't eligible to build them, which is really cool. The next thing is moving around the app. I can move in, I can zoom and pan across, I can zoom in, I can zoom out, and everything is really clear the entire time. It moves nice in a nice flow. It's not like janky or shooting one way really big or sometimes apps have trouble zooming in and zooming out really easily. And this one just works great. They don't need to do any more work on that in my opinion. There's certain games, I believe it was Race for the Galaxy, where I had trouble with that in my app version of it and made me not like the app of it, that game, because of that. This one, it works great. Visuals of the game. I like my board games that I download on my phone to look like the board game. I don't want crazy graphics on it. I want it to look like the board of the board game or the cards of the game or the components of the game. I want it to look just like the game does. Otherwise, I would just download a non-board game for my phone. And that's what I like. This one looks just like the board game. There is nothing really different at all. Everything looks just like every component of this game. And then music, what I like about music in games is where they just kind of blend in. And this sounds bad, but this game kind of has like this elevator music style music, which is a huge compliment for me, because when you play the game, you hear the music. It's very pretty. I kind of know what it sounds like, but in my head right now. But as I play the game, it just kind of fades away, and I literally forgot that it was playing halfway through the game, that there was music running throughout the game. And this is really good, especially in the style game for SpaceCorp, because SpaceCorp is a very strategic game. It takes a lot of thought at times to figure out what you're going to be doing in the game, and I need that quietness to kind of think through my thoughts. I can't have this loud, brash music or music that you can tell is looping over and over again and gets really annoying. This music doesn't do it. It's just kind of this ethereal, spacey music that kind of just flows throughout, and then I forget about it. And that's what I love. And it's really, really good. It's really well done. Whoever composed that music, 2 thumbs up. Okay, the next thing in a game that is really important to me is the speed of the game. I'm playing games on my phone while I'm waiting at appointments, while I'm waiting in line for something, while I'm at the airport, right before I'm going to bed, and I don't want to have a long experience when I play those games. I want it to be quick, I want it to be snappy, but I still want it to be thorough as thorough as the real game. So let's talk about SpaceCorp here. This game is fast. I played all my games that I played. I think I played 3 games, full games of it. I was in and out a few times, but I played 3 full games of it, and I played against 3 AI opponents every time. So a 4-player game. Now on BGG, SpaceCorp's time goes from 60 minutes to 4 hours, and the 4 hours would be a full campaign of a 4-player game. This one, I didn't actually ever time myself when I played the game, but in my estimate, like trying to just think back on my estimate of it, it took me around an hour to play all 3 eras in a 4-player game, all 3 times that I played it. So an hour, give or take a little bit. That's great, because this is a long, meaty game, and I can play it very easily, very fast. And another thing about speed that I don't like in my games on iOS, on my app, is that I don't like to have fancy animations on my board game apps, because that slows down everything. It takes you out of the flow of the game. They're really pretty, like Charterstone, I believe, had these like really pretty apps that popped up. And Root does too when you're fighting, but it slows the flow of the game down for me. I want it to be smooth and snappy and just keep moving. And the only animation that I remember happening in this one is that your spaceship, you can see your spaceship move from one location to another, but it's this overhead, like bird's eye view that you're looking at. So all you're seeing is this little spaceship zooming across the screen, just like if you were taking your hand and moving your piece across the game board. And it doesn't take up any extra time. It just flows with it. It doesn't break you out and take you off the visual of the board and with the cutaway. It just keeps you right there in the game with the flow, moving and playing the game fast. That is great. And the last thing I look for in a game that this game nails as well is the AI difficulty. If I play an app and I beat the AI my first turn that I play the game, and I've never played the game before outside of the tutorial that may be in the game, if I win right away, I don't want to play that game anymore. I just don't. I've already beat it. Like, why am I going to keep playing it? So this one, I played on the easy level every time, and every time I came in third place. So it's hard. The AI is hard in this game, or I'm just really bad. And it could be that I'm just really bad, or it could be both, or it's just the AI is difficult. And I will say that I did better every time that I played. The first 2 times I was like way out of first and second were kind of runaways, and I was third and fourth were way back. And then I improved a little bit the second time, but still way back. And then the third time, all 4 of us were within like points of winning the game. And going into the last couple turns of the game, I thought I was going to win the game, and then I ended up in third place by just a couple points. And I like that, because now I have something to build to. If I'm going to keep playing this app of this game over and over again, I want to learn and try to figure out how to improve and how to beat these AI opponents. And so I still haven't won against the easy level. If I do, there's going to be a medium and a hard level as well. I want to say that this app also is going to have the expansion in the game, which I've never played before, but I heard it's awesome and makes the game a lot better than it already is, and I already think it's a great game. So that will be coming out as well. I don't know if that's going to be an in-app purchase or not. The game, as far as my understanding, Logix Interactive did not tell me like any of the details about the game, but I'm pretty sure it is going to be on Android, iOS, and Steam in the future. And again, I didn't get any information from them specifically, but I thought I read somewhere that it's coming out in August. Don't hold me to that, but I believe it will be coming out in August or towards the end of this year, if not in August. But again, don't hold me to that. I thought I read that somewhere. It was not from Logix Interactive directly or GMT Games. So that is it. I do think that this is a great app if you are like 4X or 3X games. If you've already played SpaceCorp or have seen videos on it, my videos, other people's videos that are on it, and have been intrigued by this game, I think it's a no-brainer. Definitely buy this game when it does come out. If you're new to the genre, check it out. I think you'll be able to get into it and understand it fairly easily. It's not that complex of a game. There's just a lot going on in the game. It's kind of like Battlestar Galactica in that way, or games like that where you just are taking like 1 or 2 actions a turn, and then you move on to your next turn. And this one is 1 action. So it's like, it's really simple to do. The rules are simple. It's just a lot in the rules. So, so definitely look at it, watch a video, see if it's a game that you're interested in. If it is and you're new to it, the tutorial should get you in the game right away where you can start playing it and understand the majority of the game. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm trying to get to 500 by the end of the year. Would be amazing. 500 subscribers. So that is it. Peace and stay cool. Much love. See you next time. I'm gonna keep doing weird little talking to the mic here at the end. I don't know.